Hello students, welcome back to online classes of SEMStar Global School. I am Fizza Akhtar and I am here to continue with the chapter punctuations. We have already discussed in the previous class about 3 punctuations that marks the end of a sentence, and they were full stop, question mark and exclamation mark. Full stop shows the end of a declarative sentence. Question mark shows the end of an interrogative sentence, and exclamation mark, which shows sudden feelings or strong emotions, it marks the end of an exclamatory sentence. So this is all we had studied in the previous part of the chapter, and now we are going to move ahead. This is part 5 of the chapter punctuations, and in this part today we are going to deal and we are going to study about following punctuations, that are comma, apostrophe, colon, semicolon, hyphen, quotation mark, which is also known as your speech mark or inverted commas, and brackets. So we are starting with the first punctuation mark for today, and that is comma. Comma is used to give a very natural or a short pause in a sentence. Okay? Don't be confused with full stop and comma. Full stop gives a longer pause and comma gives a very short or a very natural pause. And one more thing, commas are also used to make a sentence look more clear and understandable to the reader. So commas are a very important punctuation mark in English. And the next rule says that commas are used to separate a given list of items or any word such as you're describing words or whatsoever. But yes, commas are used to separate a given list of items or words. For example, it is given we bought apples, bananas, pears and grapes. So you can see a list of items is given there and comma is used to separate all of them. Next is given she had long, thick, wavy hair. Again, a girl hair is being described, so that list of words is being separated by a comma. Next punctuation mark is your apostrophe. Apostrophe shows two major functions. One is it shows contractions or omissions. Contraction means whenever two or more words are being combined to make a single word. And apostrophe is also used to show possession or ownership. So these are the two major functions, and now we'll see the example of contractions. So here is a list of the contracted words that are made by combining two words with the help of apostrophe. As you can see, it's given it's, they are, whose, we are, you are, and like that there are certain words. Now we are moving towards apostrophe that shows possession. In this case we have to study 3 rules. First for singular nouns, then second for plural noun that ends with an S, like clothes, plants, and there are many words like this, and plural noun that does not end with S, like your children, men, teeth, women, etc. So that means you have to have a clear idea regarding nouns, singular and plural. And if you have any confusion, please go back to our previous video and revise the chapter nouns. Now we are starting with the rules regarding apostrophe that shows possession of a singular noun. Any word that is in singular form, it has to be ended by adding apostrophe S, apostrophe plus S. Like leaf, it will become leaves. Class, it will become apostrophe S, classes. This is not your plural noun, but it's showing possession. Please don't get confused with plural noun here and possession. Rule 2 says nouns that does not end with S. plural nouns that does not end with S. So you have to add apostrophe S. Like women, you have to add apostrophe S and it will become women's. Children, you have to add apostrophe S, it will become children's. Fine. And rule 3 says plural nouns that end with S. In that case, what you have to do is, you just have to add apostrophe at the end of the word. Only apostrophe, not the S, because the noun is already ending with an S. Like leaves, it is ending with an S, so we will just add apostrophe at the end to show possession. Like classes, we will just add apostrophe at the end and it will become possessive noun. I hope this is clear to everyone, and still if you're having any problem, please pause the video, rewind it, study it again with concentration and your full focus, and you will be able to understand. So now I'll give you a list of few words that shows possessive plural nouns. Plural nouns in the form of possession. Let's see that. These are the plural nouns that ends with an S. In this case, you have to add only an apostrophe at the end of the word. Just an apostrophe, nothing else. Like parents, books, umbrellas, handles, tables, legs, trucks, wheels, clocks, hands. These are the words that are already in the plural form. Alarms, ringing, airplanes, wings, ankles, bones. I hope now it is getting quite clear to you. And here's a list of plural nouns that does not end with S. So in this case, you have to add apostrophe S, apostrophe plus S at the end of the word. For example, children. This is already in the plural form, not ending with S. What you have to do, you have to add apostrophe S. So it will become children's hats. Fishermen's nets, sheep's wool, deer's fur, teeth's size, etc. Next punctuation mark is colon. So let's see where it is used. Colon is basically used for two purposes. First, it introduces a list of items or a list of things. For example, it is given, yesterday I had an enormous meal. Now the list is given that what I had eaten in that meal. It is given onion soup, a dozen oysters, a pile of potatoes, apple pie and an ice cream. So these were the things that I had eaten in my meal yesterday. So I have used a colon mark in order to introduce them. Next function is, it introduces something which is written in quotation marks. Means whenever anything or any sentence is written within quotation marks, then I can use colon in order to introduce it. For example, it is given, remember the old proverb, more haste, less speed. So I am introducing the proverb in the inverted commas. So in order to introduce it, I have used a colon mark after proverb. This is not very common for you people for the standard of class 6, but yes, what is the main thing for you is that you have to remember a colon introduces a list of items. Whenever we have to present it, we have to use a colon mark in order to introduce it. Got it? I am ending it here only, and I'll continue this in the next part, which would most probably the last part of the chapter. So till then, please keep revising whatever I have taught, whatever we have discussed till now. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me in the group very freely and frankly. Till then, take care everybody, and thank you.